Here we got a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica with the 3.6 all aluminum front wheel drive motor, and I'm doing a water replacement. Yeah, it looks like I'm ripping out the motor, but in order to get out the water pump, you're gonna have to remove that passenger side motor mount that bolts between the block of the motor and the body of the van. And 3 of those bolts run right through the water pump. I'm not even kidding. So in order to get that water pump off, you're gonna have to undo the motor mount and those 3 bolts along with the rest of the water pump bolts. So I already got the new water pump mounted, and the old one was leaking and squealing a little bit and flinging coolant throughout the engine bay. And on top of that, I'm also replacing the oil filter housing to all metal. So I got it here and found that online because that was leaking oil, and I sucked out almost a quart laying on the valley of the motor, on the outside of the motor. So saving thousands of dollars doing it yourself. Just take your time and make sure your workshop or work area is clean as possible, and just try to make sure the parts are clean going on. And yeah, I mean, there's a whole list of things you need to do to get these parts out and replaced, but it's definitely possible. You also could jack up the motor from the bottom on the oil pan itself, but you run the risk of possibly rupturing that gasket or breaking it loose when you jack up the motor. That's the only downside with jacking it from the bottom. It's possible, but you run that risk. So I went ahead and hooked in that motor, the engine lift, to this bracket right here to hold up the motor while I change out the water pump. Otherwise, once you undo that front motor mount, the whole engine is just going to sag down, and you don't want that happening. So if you want to save $2,000 replacing your own water pump, give yourself about a day and have at it. Good luck.